sunny morning, and let's hope all that rain that we've been experiencing is going to have a break for a while. As you know, I'm a positive person, so I'm a sun baby, and I take every opportunity just to catch a few rays every so often. We're continuing today on our thinking, and I think as Christians, the Bible clearly leads us into the direction of positive thinking as believers of Jesus. We have the power within us and the power of God to discipline our thinking. I don't think positive thinking is just something that comes to everyone. Sometimes we have to realign our thinking and our thoughts. It takes effort, of course, to train the mind to lean towards hope, and especially in the midst of suffering, and especially in the midst of crisis like this COVID one. But it is so worth it when that fruit of positiveness and godliness, if you like, springs up within our soul, and it can make us entirely different, and people can see it within us. We can always recognise when somebody's going through a bad time or feeling down, can't we? But equally, we can recognise when somebody's trying to be positive and up. I must say, however, if you are feeling down, sometimes somebody comes along like me who's a bit bright and bubbly, and I can see them cringing, really. So we have to be sensitive, I think, when we're dealing with people that are just going through a bad time. But in that matter of training our minds to be more positive, I think that there are a couple of things that we can do. And one of those is about thinking on things that are pure. And last week I was talking about creation, and creation is as pure as you can get. When you hear the birds singing, or when you see the sun in the sky, or you see the flowers in the garden, they are wonderful uplifters and make us feel more positive. In Proverbs 15, it says this, which is quite harsh: "The Lord detests the thoughts of the wicked, but gracious words are pure in his sight." So if we can be positive and passionate, gracious, these are the things that God delights in. And of course our demeanour, are not, influences our words that come deep from in our heart. And therefore, we're in law. And to refrain from wickedness or sinfulness. It's not always easy. We are human. We may, but we have a God that listens when we ask for forgiveness, and he helps us to turn our thoughts and our minds to being more pure. The power of God working in us, and therefore in our hearts and in the words we say, brings encouragement and exhortation, to help people along. And if there is anything that we're trying to suggest to others that need changing, we can do that in gentleness, and not just in words, but in support. The second aspect is connected to that. It's thinking on things that are lovely. And in the Song of Solomon, it's full of beautiful reflections about relationships. And this is one from chapter 6. It says, "You are as beautiful as Tizar, my darling, as lovely as Jerusalem, as majestic as troops with banners." I don't think I've ever heard anyone say anything like that about me. But my goodness, if they did, wouldn't it be lovely? I'd certainly have my spirits raised, I think. Sometimes we, of course, go through periods of darkness, and in those dark periods, we need to find things to meditate on that are lovely. Even as I've said, it's just getting into the garden and just looking at one beautiful flower. and just contemplating on the wonderful creation. When you look at one flower and every aspect, it helps us, and I think it helps us to ponder on the good things. I've been saying to a few people at the moment is that I pray they have moments of joy. You know, we'd love to be joyful and cheerful all the time, but as I said, we're human and we're going through tough times. But that absolutely every day, let's look for and recognise those moments of joy, because they fill our hearts and lift our spirits and keep us going. I hope you have found these reflections helpful, and I've got some other things from Facebook this morning. As you know, I love getting these little things through, and this one is an interesting one, and that is this: the best kind of people are the ones that come into your life and make you see the sun where you once saw the clouds. The people that believe in you so much, you start to believe in you too. The people that love you simply for being you. It's the once in a lifetime kind of people. We all need people like that in our lives. But with the power of positive thinking, we can be those people that need our help and support to see the sun, to see that they have much to offer, and to see that you love them just for being who they are, not for what they do. And another one, which is about connectivity and relationships. It's from Peanuts, and it says, "We're all messy, we're all struggling. We are all flying high in some ways and falling flat on our faces in others. Nobody has it all figured out. It's our job to cheer each other on and lift each other up and push each other to keep giving it our best. It matters who we surround ourselves with. We need to be better to each other. We are all we have." And of course that relates to Jesus too. I think Jesus has got it figured out, but here on earth we don't. But we do know that we need one another, and we can all be kinder to one another. If that's anything that this pandemic has taught us, it's just that, isn't it? That actually in many ways it's opened up the opportunities to get to know our neighbours and strangers and people in the street, and it's helped us to help people, whether it's pick up a medicine prescription or doing a spot of shopping or indeed helping in the garden. We are all we have, but we have so much more if we have Jesus with us in our relationships too. And finally, a little one again from Winnie the Pooh. Try and turn a negative into a positive. Don't let anyone steal your joy, and always be thankful for what you have. Try and turn a negative into a positive, and don't let anyone steal your joy, and always be thankful for what you have. If we've had a tough day, try and think back to just a moment that gave you joy or peace, and say thank you to God for that. I do hope that if you found these useful, you can share. I know people are doing that. And please write me comments. I love to hear from you. If you found something particularly helpful, or you've got a question, please just put it in the chat, as it were, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I do hope you have a wonderful weekend to come. and I'll look forward to seeing you on Monday. And I'm going to be looking at trust. And so I hope that we will learn lots about trust together. God bless you. Have a really good day.